Chapter 6. Something's missing. At the medicine factory, several executives who were in the know were arguing fiercely. One faction believed that the medicine could not be destroyed. This batch of medicine was too expensive, and if such a large amount of finished medicine was destroyed, it would alert the Drug Administration, and the losses would not be as simple as the cost of medicinal materials, essences, and finished product processing. It could even shake the foundation of the enterprise and the market reputation of the brand. The losses were incalculable. The other faction was simpler, arguing that if the medicine was not up to par, it could not be labeled, produced, or sold. Not under any circumstances. The two sides were arguing fiercely. Alex Carter was holding his head in his hands, lying on the table, thinking about his own matters. Why was it so annoying? Misfortunes never come singly. Wasn't this part of the plot either? What was going on? Could the system alter the plot at will? There shouldn't be any Dragon Supreme in this part, right? First URL. https:// What was going on with Cynthia Snowden? Why did she suddenly want to kill me? At this moment, the door was pushed open, and everyone immediately stood up. Good day, Ms. Snowden. Everyone greeted Cynthia Snowden. Alex Carter was taken aback. Why was she here? Cynthia Snowden sat down opposite the circular table, smiling at Alex Carter. Brother Alex, I know everything about the situation. How do you plan to handle it? Alex Carter's mind was racing. This batch of medicine must not be released. It must be destroyed. Cynthia Snowden was shocked. Her eyes changed in an instant, as if she didn't recognize Alex Carter at all, staring at him intently. Must be destroyed? Was this his true inner thought? Got it. I'll say to release it as usual and let her lead the opposition against me. She would never allow this batch of medicine to be released. If she's annoyed enough with me, she probably won't bother me in the future. I'll use this opportunity to argue with her and then withdraw my shares. Yes, that's how I'll do it. I'm really a genius. Thinking of this, Alex Carter began to laugh. He walked up to Cynthia Snowden with a sly grin. Sister Cynthia, you see, the situation is like this. The cost of this batch of medicine is too high. It was my idea to reduce the essence, so the effect of the medicine will be a bit reduced. But we are traditional Chinese medicine. It won't kill people. But if we destroy it, it will alert the Drug Administration. Then we have to hold a press conference, and our medicine factory will be finished. The reputation of our medicine factory number 9 will be ruined. The stock price will collapse, right? The sales of later medicines will plummet, right? There will be no money to be made in the future. We will seal the mouths of all the related people. At this time, we must withstand the pressure and do big things, right? Alex Carter looked at Cynthia Snowden with a smile, but in his heart, he was anxiously thinking. Scold me, hurry up and scold me. Oppose, hurry up and oppose. I'll withdraw my shares, and you become the major shareholder. From now on, we won't bother each other, and we'll never meet again. You can just go and have an affair with Dragon Supreme and be his concubine. We'll go our separate ways, and we won't get in each other's way. Cynthia Snowden was no pushover either. This guy had already made up his mind in his heart to destroy this batch of medicine. But he himself didn't do it, and let me do it. What does that mean? When did this guy become so conscientious as a doctor? Moreover, he avoids me like the plague. What's going on? Am I that cheap to be Dragon Supreme's concubine? Cynthia Snowden's eyes turned, and she said with a smile, Brother Alex, I think the same way as you. The medicine factory really can't do without you. At the critical moment, we still have to rely on you to steer the ship. Alex Carter's smile instantly solidified. He looked at Cynthia Snowden as if he was looking at a completely unfamiliar person. Cynthia, did you mishear? What I said was to label, produce, and sell the medicine. That's right, Cynthia Snowden said. I think the same way, too. Alex Carter shook his head vigorously, feeling his world collapsing. What is this stuff? The kind-hearted doctor, Cynthia Snowden. How could you do such a thing? This is the kind of thing that if your son is born without an asshole, you agree to? Have you watered your brain? Alex Carter forced a smile. Cynthia, have you thought it through? This is medicine. What is medicine for? To save people? If the medicine is unqualified, it will delay the patient's condition. You think about it, tens of thousands of people will be affected by our medicine. Kitty, you understand, right? I understand everything. Cynthia Snowden had also made up her mind. This is a game of who blinks first. Both of them secretly decided in their hearts that this batch of medicine must not be released. But they both wanted the other to propose it. Now the situation is, Cynthia Snowden already knows Alex Carter's bottom line, while Alex Carter is confused and unable to see through the fog. Cynthia Snowden has already won from the beginning. The dark-hearted little lowly said with a relaxed face. It's just a batch of finished medicine. What's the big deal? If it really delays the condition, it's their own bad luck. Who told them to get sick? Brother Alex, you say right? But we have spent a lot of money, and if we can't make it back, the company's loss will be huge. Brother Alex, I support you. In this way, I will sign, and this batch of medicine will be released today, and it is required to be sent out within 3 days. As soon as the contract came up, the secretary handed over the signature pen, and Cynthia Snowden picked it up and was about to sign. Seeing that Cynthia Snowden was really about to sign, Alex Carter was anxious, and he pressed down on the signing area, staring at Cynthia Snowden. Cynthia Snowden looked at Alex Carter with her big eyes flashing. Brother Alex, what's the matter? Alex Carter was trembling with anger, and he was very disappointed with Cynthia Snowden. Don't call me brother in the future. You are my dad. Cynthia, have you really thought it through? I have thought it through, Cynthia Snowden said. I believe in you, brother Alex. Whatever you say, I will listen to you. Alex Carter lowered his head, feeling extremely depressed. He snatched the document and tore it up. Alex Carter pressed his hands on the table, hung his head, and said in a low voice, Report to the Drug Administration. We will destroy this batch of medicine immediately and ask them to send someone to supervise. At the same time, carry out an internal investigation, and all relevant departments should review the operation process. Investigate the personnel related to the purchase of essence, revoke their professional qualifications, and transfer to the judicial authorities for investigation. Cynthia Snowden smiled. She had won. Norman Ironside was shocked to the point of madness. Mr. Lockhart, the value of this batch of medicine is more than 600 million. More than 600 million. Think it over again. Haven't you and Miss Snowden already? Get out. Alex Carter vented his inner anger and depression on Norman Ironside, and at the same time, he deliberately scolded Norman Ironside for others to hear. Is it a security captain who can meddle in the company's affairs? Can I even set up this house rule? This is medicine. Medicine is for what? To cure people. Let me make it clear to all of you, this batch of medicine, if anyone dares to release a box, or a grain, I will twist his head off and use it as a ball to kick. Not only today, but from now on, whoever dares to have the idea of essence, I will send him to prison in a minute and let him sit in prison until the end. Let alone 6 billion, even if it's 60 billion, 600 billion, I will let them die in our medicine factory, and not a bit of medicine will be released. Alex Carter looked at Cynthia Snowden. What do you think, Miss Snowden? Cynthia Snowden smiled. This time it was a relieved smile. She suddenly felt that she didn't know Alex Carter as well as she thought. This guy is completely different from when he was a child. Are those rumors that he bullied the market, did all kinds of evil, and committed all kinds of evil deeds really true? Could it be a mistake? Moreover, just now this temper, it was quite handsome. Brother Alex, I said, you have the final say. Whatever you say, I will listen to you. Alex Carter looked at Cynthia Snowden's victorious expression and suddenly realized, this dead girl has eaten that I won't let this batch of medicine be released from the beginning. Does she not have a bit of reputation about me? Sister, I am a bully, rob men and women, do all kinds of evil, and have a profit-driven villain. How dare you play with me like this? No, something is wrong. Something must be wrong. Cynthia Snowden stood up and said with a smile, Brother Alex, my birthday is next week, and I invite you to my birthday party. As for the matters here, it's up to you. Cynthia Snowden turned and left. At this time, she was completely relieved. Alex Carter, she had figured it out, and she didn't have to worry about this person making trouble in the medicine factory at all. He doesn't have that ability. Sitting in the car, Cynthia Snowden was restless. This dead girl, when I agreed to release this batch of medicine, the look in his eyes, that disappointment, as if he is a good person, and I am the first evildoer in Snow City. However, today this guy really made me handsome. Thinking of today's Alex Carter being forced by herself to be anxious and turning around, racking her brains to fight with her. But in the end, she was forced to be about to collapse. It was really fun. Thinking of this, Cynthia Snowden couldn't help but laugh. The secretary team was confused and exchanged glances, and the Secretary General cautiously asked, Miss Snowden, what's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. Cynthia Snowden put on a serious face and returned to a serious expression. But thinking of Alex Carter's face today was so wonderful that she couldn't help but laugh again. In the evening, the city lights were on. Autumn Frost had been restless all day. Alex Carter's situation was too strange. Why could she suddenly hear what he was thinking? And why could he accurately predict Dragon Supreme's actions? He seemed to be very afraid of Dragon Supreme, but they obviously hadn't met. Among the people present today, only I know that Dragon Supreme's skills are excellent. Why can Alex Carter keenly smell the danger on Dragon Supreme? There are too many mysteries. This guy for more than 3 years has been so-called loving me, liking me, pursuing me. Are they all fake? Because a Dragon Supreme appeared, he shrank back? He dared not fight? The secretary knocked on the door and stuck out half of her body. Mr. Frost, are you off work? Oh! Autumn Frost regained her mind. Off work. Autumn Frost felt something was wrong, as if something was missing. Right, it's a person. For 3 years, every time at this time, there must be a licking dog waiting at the door early, wearing a fancy suit, holding flowers, chasing herself, and saying nauseous local love words. She has to endure that guy's harassment and hypocritical praise every day, and she has to lose face in the company's building every day at this time. But today it's gone. Looking at the empty door, Autumn Frost's heart suddenly feels empty. Walking in the corridor, the sound of high heels is particularly cold and clear. A secretary muttered, why does it feel so quiet today? Another secretary blurted out, it's because Mr. Lockhart didn't come. Oh, I see. Yeah, he would have been waiting at the door at this time, talking nonstop. Autumn Frost glared at them. Are you idle? The secretaries quickly shut up, and a group of people walked quietly to the elevator. Autumn Frost felt uncomfortable all over. What's going on? Didn't she always hope that Alex Carter would stay away from her? Didn't she always wish that he would disappear from this world? Now that he's gone, what's wrong with her? Autumn Frost was so agitated that she couldn't bear it. Walking to the door, a girl who was responsible for picking up flowers every day was waiting early, looking at the cold and clear autumn and others who came out empty-handed, stunned. Then she looked behind Autumn Frost, and there was no shadow of Alex Carter. She looked shocked. Autumn Frost looked at her. He didn't come today. Sitting in the car, Autumn Frost was even more agitated. It seems that without Alex Carter, her life suddenly changed. The agitated mood tortured her for a long time, and she resolutely picked up the phone. Hello, Alex Carter? I want to see you. Alex Carter was very noisy on the other end. What? Speak louder. I can't hear. A girl's voice came out of the phone. Mr. Lockhart, Will you accompany me to drink? Oh, wait a minute, I'm on the phone. Mr. Frost, I'm a bit busy here. Let's talk another day. The call was hung up. Autumn Frost was immediately furious and said to the driver, check Alex Carter's location. Go find him.